Hey internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and this is Scribes and Scrolls, the Candlekeep Mysteries. We are in Book 6, The Price of Beauty, and tonight is Chapter 60, The Fetid Gaze. And in just a few moments, we will get into a little bit of a recap and start talking, start actually playing and see what all of this means. Welcome everybody back from a week off of streaming. A little bit of a fall vacation time, which was nice. But I'm excited to be back around the virtual table with everybody tonight. This week, because I didn't get a chance to check and see if all my promos were updated. Because I know we're running, I think we're still running the Dreadful Tales promo. I'm not positive. Dreadful Tales ended. Though last Saturday, we did have here on MTD, we had, the VOD is available here on Twitch. We had a sort of epilogue session, if you will. A lovely wedding with a rogue windmill and Brod von Zarovich. You want to know what that means? You got to go watch the VOD. But we were able to raise some $400+ I believe.
Yep.
For the fight against Duchenne muscular dystrophy through Quest for the Cure, Gary's charity organization. So also tomorrow night marks the official bi-weekly Descent into Avernus, Road Warriors of Hell. Dwight and I are a part of that. Our amazing DM, Vi. If you all... I wish you all could see the work Vi is doing behind the scenes to pull us into this game. It's one of the reasons why I love her as a DM so much. It's just tune in tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We are literally descending into hell. And it's awesome.
Amazing.
And then Thursday night, the Dawnbringers will return to continue their fight against one of the witches and a dragon. Friday night, untraditionally, Arcane returns after a month off over on Nerdarchy, where I play a Beardomancer wizard with Ted from Nerdarchy as our game master. I think that's about it for the game notifications or updates right now. The only other thing I'm going to remind you of is, of course, what we talk about every week before every game, is we talk about the importance of mental health, and just to remind you that you matter. Your presence here on this earth makes a difference, whether or not you believe that it is true. We've made it so that at any point in time, if you are struggling, you need some help, and you're not sure where to turn, you can just type !help in the chat. A couple URLs will pop up. Findahelpline.com is the prime resource there, or also takethis.org. We encourage you to check those out, bookmark them, save them for yourself, save them for a friend, and remember, you matter. With that, I think it's time to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Quick caveat with some technical stuff. I think I fixed what I needed to for tonight. There was a major update on something behind the scenes, and it's screwing with my ability to make things work properly. So if anything glitches, I'm blaming it on that. Whether that's what caused it or not, I guess we'll find out. Players, Dwight specifically, since you were the one that brought it up, how's the music level there?
I was just about to type. It's perfect.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So the party has found themselves in having traveled through the book called The Price of Beauty by Sylvari Silverstone, traveling through the magical portal that appeared nearby. While you were in Candlekeep, you appeared in a forest path that led you to the Temple of the Restful Lily, a wonderful all-inclusive day spa And some of you started to take advantage of this. You were looking for your missing friend, Little One, as well as a one of the avowed who had gone missing. And eventually you found Little One, though he had been magically transformed through treatments at the temple to appear as a Goliath, going by the name of Vaughn Reed. Things seemed a little bit off as you were doing some investigating around here. And then you encountered a secret Harper agent posing as an esthetician or masseuse in the temple, who was investigating the disappearance of Silvari Silversong. However, a shadow assassin appeared and killed them, which you dealt with the assassins. You were all brought before the owners of the temple, the three elven women, who, recognizing your prowess and your abilities, asked you to deal with the threat in the old temple of Sune. You descended into the temple, bypassed numerous traps, and noticing all the broken mirrors, found yourself quickly facing a water elemental of some kind, along with some cursed statues and a Medusa. During that fight, Vorn was very nearly killed. Mizya was petrified, but they got better. Only just. Togo was also petrified and is still petrified. Togo is permanently turned to stone, hand still forward, look of determination on his face as he had just launched a javelin before turning to stone. However, you were able to, Doc was able to issue a healing word and bring Vorn back to his feet, and Teera, I believe Teera single-handedly cut down every enemy in this room.
Yeah, Teera's just living her best life.
Including taking out the Medusa. While you were resting and recuperating, you questioned, Doc questioned the onyx skulls that fell out of each of the stone-cursed statues, learning a little bit of their backstory, also talking to the ghost that appeared, that it turned out to be the ghost of Silvari Silversong, who was tricked out of the temple using her own insecurities, to take advantage of her, and a coven of hags known as the Fetid Gaze took over the Temple of the Restful Lily. During this entire time, you basically all waited for a day until suddenly Mizya, the petrification wore off, and Mizya skittered to the corner, cowering in fright. And that is where we are picking up with the four of you, as Mizya has just awoken from this petrified state. What would you like to do?
Teera would very, very slowly approach Mizya and just kind of like, Mizya's pretty frantic at this stage still. Is that fair to say,
I
Dwight?
think it's just, at this point, just cowering. There was a lot
Okay.
of screaming and then skittering, and now just kind of cowering in the corner.
Okay.
Kind of not even really looking, just kind of like looking down at the floor.
Okay. So I would approach very, very slowly, and when I get probably about 10 feet away, I'd be like, Mizya? Are you okay? Are you yourself?
I kind of look around and I look up and squint. Teera.
Yeah.
Oh, Teera, it was the worst. It was like I was stuck, and I had to sit there and watch as everyone did things around me, but I couldn't move or talk for the longest time. It was terrible. And then then I was back there. And they were around me, and it was the... but it's okay. And I kind of look around. Everyone's okay. Everyone's okay. Where's Togo?
And Teera would kind of look at the floor and be like, I think Togo is getting whatever treatment you got. And I would nod over at the Togo statue, which is just kind of across the way.
Oh my. I'll stand up, kind of dust my robes off, and I'll walk over to the Togo statue. I take a minute to just look around. Well, it hasn't come out of it yet. Maybe if we just wait a little bit. It just seemed...
Oh, no. No. This is permanent. I figured that out while you were sleeping. Yours is temporary. Togo's is permanent. Because yours was done by those weird rock people, but because theirs was done by the Medusa, it's permanent and will last forever.
Well, that won't do. Would I know of anything from my studies of ways to undo?
I would say make an Arcana check.
Mizya knows everything, maybe even more than Doc.
19.
You know enough to corroborate what Doc has said. That petrification magic of this type is as near to permanent as can be. There are powerful spells that can potentially undo this curse, but they are very high level magic.
Well, I do not accept that Togo is gone.
No,
and
neither do we.
Even death can be reversed with the right knowledge and, well, money. So, and I'll walk back over to Togo, and I'll just kind of lean and just, I'm sure you can hear me. I could hear. Well, I think I heard everything that happened. So if you can hear me, we will take care of you.
Yes, Doc, what is it?
Why is Mizya worried about Togo being gone? And he's going to point to the Togo statue and he's going to say, Togo's right there.
Yes, but Togo is petrified and not with us. Well, I mean, yes. Never mind, Doctor.
And Teera would kind of nod at Mizya and be like, no, we didn't plan to just leave him like that. We're gonna go make our way back upstairs. And eventually, when we get back to Candlekeep, we're gonna bring a cleric back. Somebody who can take care of him.
I think that would be quite smart.
Yeah. But for now, little one is upstairs and we think he might be in trouble. I don't know how much you could see or listen, but we think that maybe he made a bargain with these hags upstairs to get his new pretty face. And when the time is up on it, and Teera would nod to the dead floating Medusa in the pool, which presumably we just left there? Did we just leave the Medusa floating in the pool?
I don't know, did you?
Yeah, I'd say so. Anyway,
I thought we
Teera
buried
would
them.
not. You sure?
Did we?
I don't know. I don't remember that. For comedic effect, I'm going to say we left it in the pool. And Teera would nod over at it and be like, that's going to happen to little one if we don't break whatever deal he made.
I've looked at you. Yes, it's odd. I remember or hearing or sensing your presence and your speaking, but the details, it's kind of like when you've woken from a dream and you can't quite grasp it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, well, if that's what you say, then I suggest maybe, could you perhaps give me just a moment to collect myself?
Of course. And are the rest of us rested, Jake? I forgot.
It's been a day. Everybody's had a long rest.
Okay.
Does that do I get the benefits of rest being
You do
petrified?
It's a good question.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
You do not gain the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
I will tell you if that's different if I find otherwise.
Okay. If not, then I would just ask that I'll take some time to get benefits of a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what do I have here? Okay, let's do this. Short rest.
Regarding petrification, you are turned to stone as is. All your wounds, damage, gear, everything. Your stone state is not going to change, so your wounds and such will remember. Thus, you will not get a long rest. That is
Okay.
tied to... I found it on a D&D forum, D&D Beyond forum. So
No, that's good.
Yep.
That makes sense. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I will I'll take a few moments to I assume we don't want to wait another 4 hours or so to keep moving.
Whenever
if
you're
you just
ready.
give me a bit to collect myself, and I'll just kind of go meditate in the corner. And one of the things I do want to do, I want to kind of take stock of what I remember about what I saw and see if do I see anything or sense anything around me that might hint as to why I saw that here, or if it was just a dream or something like that, something internal. So is there anything, do I sense anything, maybe an Arcana check or anything that might be projecting that or causing that?
you're referring specifically to the
what was making me scream, what terrified
That.
me
Okay.
as I woke up.
Yeah, so I would say initially, you tell me, would Mizya look for a magical solution or sort of influence, or look within themselves first?
It would certainly be an external magical, like, is
Okay.
there something here that
Make an
caused this
Arcana
to be
check.
here? Okay. 18.
As you are sort of, I imagine whenever anybody is making an Arcana check, it's a combination of you are tapping into your own knowledge about the arcane, but you're also just sort of momentarily brushing against the metaphysical nature of the weave of magic, kind of in that way that you sense it there, you know it. In doing that, you sense sort of the magical disturbances of this place. This is a place that is strong with magic. But you don't sense that it was anything within those magical effects that caused you to see that.
Okay.
So, if unable to determine that there was a magical cause to it, if you wish, you could attempt an insight check on yourself.
No, I don't think
Ooh.
Mizya would.
Okay.
Nope.
Introspection is not Mizya's game.
Not even close.
Nope. So about how long do we wait, Dwight?
I mean, I'd take the better part of an hour. I want to get the benefits of a short rest.
Perfect.
So,
Okay.
so I have rolled my short rest. So yeah, after a little bit, I will just kind of, I'm just sitting there quietly, and then I will just kind of quickly stand up. All right, I am ready. If we are ready to go, Let's
I think
go.
Vorn and I probably were sparring.
I look over. Of course. Yes.
Yeah, and a moment of breath in between the rounds. Vorn will explain to Teera how, when very close to death, he felt the pull, like his soul was being brought and pulled towards his sister's axe.
Ooh.
He felt the calling, and when Dox said his spell to give him the healing back, it felt like Vorn was reaching out of quicksand and coming back into the boat. That's what he would share in between rounds.
And yeah, in those moments, Teera would try to be supportive, but Dwight got me. Teera kind of has seen Vorn when he is at his most like when his eyes turn red and magenta and shit. And that whole scene kind of freaks Teera out. But she knows that it's him, and she tries to be supportive and kind. So.
And Vorn will say to Teera, like, you know, if ever I do come close to death again or even die, I'm not sure that I'll actually be able to pass on without my soul being absorbed by the blood axe. It's just like an ominous feeling Vorn has.
And
anyways, hands
yeah.
up, mitts up, let's fight.
Yep.
Vorn.
Poo, 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 poo. And then Mizzy is like, well, it's time to go.
Vorn, I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what you do when you mess with lore.
Damn right.
You got a power strong 9, the strongest 9.
Oh, yes.
There's a moment. Teera, I want you to make an attack roll with advantage.
Okay.
Whatever you're using, if you guys are just fisticuffs or whatever.
Yeah.
Just make an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. That is only an 11, actually.
So, while you two are sparring, there's this moment. In Vorn, you've already communicated.
I lied. I'm so sorry. That is not an 11. That is going to be a 15. It probably doesn't make a ton of difference, but my bad.
It does.
I'm sorry.
It's the difference a couple inches makes when you're whether you're trying to or not to hit somebody in the face.
Oh, yeah.
After Vorn is sort of in between rounds told you this feeling, there's this moment, Vorn, where you feel the intense pull of the blood axe in a way you've not felt since the day you left your tribe. This is the most powerful feeling that you have felt this. And in that split second of this just sudden wince of pain in your head, and for a moment you feel that again, almost when you were close to death, you feel that moment of almost like your soul is about to be ripped, or at least like it's sort of almost like it's being pulled outward. It suddenly snaps, you snap back too as your head snaps back as Teera connects fully with your jaw. Teera, whatever your damage is.
Okay.
Go ahead and...
It's just five bludgeoning.
So you'll take 5 bludgeoning, Vorn, as you just get clocked.
And Vorn will put his hand up and as a way saying I give, I'm tapping out.
And Teera would kind of sense that like he dropped his guard for a half a second. Like she connected, but like he wasn't defending himself the way he should have been, and she really, really connected hard. And she's like, oh, Vorn, I'm sorry, that one hurt my hand.
And Vorn kind of spits out like a molar. Like, that one was a cavity anyway, so I guess I should say thanks.
Well,
You're okay.
I'll take it easy on you from now on, and I would just like pat his chest, and kind of Teera just makes a mental note of this incident.
Yep.
And I assume at about this time, Mizya stands up and says, "Let's go."
As you're all getting ready to leave, you all see these golden butterflies that are in the room and begin to flutter around. There's probably maybe 6 or 7 of them as they begin to flutter like this way and that. As you hear the sound before you see the figure, but you hear the sound of footsteps, very light, barely perceptible, but you hear the steady sound of a cane or a walking stick, so that rhythmic clunk that happens. And soon you see a halfling woman, graying hair, face aged, wrinkles. You can see that she looks surprised to see just a group of people standing here. I am sorry, I did not mean to interrupt.
I look at Mizya uncomfortably, and I look at Vorn uncomfortably.
We were not expecting to see you either. Who are you?
You can see the butterflies begin to coalesce back around her. Well, my name is Marda.
Amazing. And how did you get down here, Marda?
Well, it just so happened that there were some very handy ropes.
Why
climb
are you
down.
down here is probably the better question.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Teera, but I didn't want to interrupt your vibe.
I'm sorry, Doc.
Yes, that would in fact be the better question. I am looking for someone.
They're probably dead.
Doc!
What?
I'm sorry for my friend. He's very blunt. Who's your friend?
No, that is a very adept assessment. I would agree with you. I also think that he is no longer here with us. You may know him. Maybe you have seen him. He is a drow.
What was
Oh,
his
yes,
name?
he's dead. I talked to his skull a little while ago. It was very strange. It's dust now, though, so you can't have it.
I see. That is quite unfortunate. What are the four of you doing here? As her eyes kind of dart.
Whoa.
And you would also notice, Marta, you would notice the body floating in the river, or floating in the pond, face down. Also with actually by now, the blood would have sort of dispersed into the water, but it's a very dead body in the water.
You see this halfling walks, leaning on her cane over to the body, kind of takes the stick and prods it.
We came down here to kill that.
Well, I see you were quite successful.
kind of. And Teera would sort of sadly look over at Togo again and like kick a rock.
Was this one of your friends?
Yeah. We're gonna get him out of it too, but we haven't enacted the plan yet. We were waiting to make sure everybody was healthy first before we go back topside.
I mean, technically, he's still our friend. He's just a bit more rigid than usual.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. You have a plan to save him?
Well, we were gonna go back to our HQ, as it were. Bring back a cleric to maybe, I don't know, do whatever clerics do. Make him so he's breathing again.
All right. That is a good plan of action. Clerics are quite skilled, I would say. You know a very powerful one, it must seem, as she's continuing to like circle Togo.
Yeah. I don't know why we're telling you all of this. Who are you, and who was your friend?
I thought we already had this discussion. My friend was a drow. He said, your friend here said that he is already dead.
And his head exploded, don't forget.
Oh, ugh. Well, why do you want to know all about our friend? Why do you
Oh.
care?
Well, you can call it academic curiosity, but maybe perhaps we are not enemies here, I would say. If you are down here and you killed whatever that is. And where is your... do you go to Silvery Moon? That is close.
Well, no. As the great libraries go, we actually make our home at Candlekeep.
Oh. And she kind of, as if she just has like a realization. And so that is where you are going to try and find. This is. You see, if you ask questions and you get information, answers will be revealed. She pauses. Perhaps I can help you with your friend if you help me first.
We seem to have been caught in a few deals lately, and none of them have turned out particularly well. But perhaps you could explain how you can help with our friend and what exactly it is that you need help with.
Upon looking at Mizya, would Marta recognize them?
How old is Marta?
Like 60? 70?
I would say they're 60 or 70. Then no.
Okay.
No, you would not.
Okay.
70? Then no.
Sorry, that was me. I apologize.
It's like, wait, I just said that.
I just
We are in
turned
a
on
cavern.
Twitch and I forgot to mute my phone.
For just a
Sorry.
second, I thought somebody was mocking me.
No! Somebody was doing a really good
Like a
Jake
really good
impression.
impression.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, I am looking to end whatever is going on here. I have heard that there is perhaps some bad magic, maybe, or a dark presence that is here. You see, my friend was here to investigate a hunch that he had because. Well, one of his friends went missing, and well, anyway, it's I came in looking for him, and I intend to make sure that nobody else goes missing again.
Yeah. And it does
Kinda
so
look at
happen
them.
that another of our acquaintances is in a similar pickle. And we have cause to seek the same result as you, so it seems somewhat fortuitous that we have found each other here in this place.
You see, it is not a deal, no, but partnership, I would say.
Well, and I kind of like look at Mizya, and I just kind of like, I mean, we have our fair share of enemies. Wouldn't hurt us to have one more friend, I suppose.
I mean, we all took together on not much more than this happenstance, so
That's the truth.
When did
Oh,
little
yeah.
one turn into a pickle?
Doc, that is a figure of speech. Marta, this is our friend Doc. This is Mizya. I'm Teera, and that's Vaughn. Our friend Doc is very literal.
But
And he did not turn into a pickle, Doc. It's a turn of phrase. To say he is in a pickle means that he is in trouble. And we should
see.
help him.
why wouldn't you just say he's in trouble? I mean,
So-
it's almost the same amount of syllables as in a pickle. He's in trouble.
Yeah.
You're not saving
right.
any. It's not effective. I'm just
creative license, Doctor. It's colorful language. It's descriptive.
I mean, it's not describing anything. It's saying something is one. Anyways, I'm not even going to have this conversation because it seems like I'm getting nowhere, and everyone keeps using these strange phrases that don't mean anything.
As it so happens,
That-
Marta, we
I
were...
gasp at that admission by Doc.
Oh
Like,
my gosh. That he's not getting anywhere.
what? I was not sure this day would come.
Huh? Oh my god.
You see Marta looking at Doc very inquisitively, like very interestedly, and she walks up to, I have many there are many professors where I work where they would love to have a conversation with you.
And Doc is going to crane his neck down at Marta, who's probably bumping against his knee. And he's going to say, yes, I believe that. I'm really one of the most interesting, intelligent people anywhere in Faerun.
Yep.
Mother.
I have no doubt about that.
I'm also quite compelling. I'm a wonderful conversationalist. People tell me that all the time. Or they don't say that, but they use turns of phrase or say it in not so many words. That's it, right? Not so many words.
You see
What-
that this is
what-
just delighted Marta. Like, she just looks like she's having the best time.
Amazing. Teera is looking desperately with apology in her eyes at Marta. Like, I am so sorry for all of this shenanigans.
Marta, where exactly do you work?
Oh, I am a professor at the Silvery Moon.
You don't say. It seems, you see, I was someone of great import at Silvery Moon for quite some time. Perhaps you've heard of me. Mizya Helvia. And I just kind of look like,
Do you know who I am?
Marta, I will leave it up to you now. While you don't remember them because they left
Yeah.
before you were even born, I will leave it up to you whether or not you have heard of Mizya Helvia.
You see Marta go up to Mizya and just like take her glasses and just like peer at Mizya.
Amazing.
the longer it takes for any response, the more I kind of like shrink back down into myself.
Amazing. Amazing.
There have been many great people who have come to Silvery Moon. But I am sorry. Well, I mean, us, some of us professors like to stay in our offices and just teach our class. No.
Ah, yes. Well. Anyway, shall we continue on?
Wow, did it just get cold in there?
Doc is going to lean in to Teera, and he's going to say in his normal voice, but he's going to lean in like he's whispering. Why did Mizya say you don't say when the little halfling said it?
Because Doc, Mizya's real pissed that the new girl didn't recognize them.
Why would they
So-
recognize him? Wait, them.
Because
her. What?
Them. Mizya was very famous at Silvery Moon, and they take a lot of pride in it. And I think the
but
fact
what
that
if they-
Mada didn't recognize them pissed him right off.
But what if they aren't as famous as they think?
What if? Perish the thought. And Teera just busts up, laughing like out loud at this point. Like, anyway, we really should get back topside. A little one only has so much time, and can't stand around here chit-chatting forever. I mean, there's a dead body right over there. I'd really prefer to get out of this place.
And I would really appreciate a quick rundown of what is going on. I came through that, what was it, a spa rather quickly and quietly.
Yeah. And so I would imagine that, like, as we kind of make our way back to where the ropes were to rappel down, we would explain to Marta, like, what we've gone through and why we were at the Temple of the Restful Lily and, like, all of that stuff, omitting certain details that we would prefer to probably keep secret.
Excuse me, Marta.
Yes.
Doc is going to lean over again, looking down at Marta, and he's going to say, all of my companions are very trusting, and it hasn't really gotten us that far. Are you evil?
Well, that is a very difficult question to answer, but I think that in your understanding, no, I am not evil.
Well, you say your understanding like I'm not the smartest person in the room, but no, totally fine. If it can be understood, I can understand it, but sure,
Of course.
have it your way.
I figure I would simplify it for you.
Ah!
You, s-
Ah.
you seem like someone who likes direct answers.
Yeah, direct answers are fine, but and he's going to point to Teera and Vorn, and he's going to say, if you're going to simplify it for anyone, you should simplify it for them. They're delightful, but they're not very bright.
I heard that, Doc. I'm right here.
I wasn't whispering.
At least we
And
get
then-
allegories.
Doc is going to look pointedly at Teera, and he's going to say, am I wrong? You have many gifts, but your brain isn't one of them.
I can read and write. That's all I need to know. I know enough maths not to get swindled.
Okay.
So fuck off. And I, like, look at Vorn and I'm like, are you gonna fucking defend me here? I give him that eye.
The boy's like, oh, huh? Yeah, Doc. Yeah, we get allegories and metaphors and don't take everything literally. So, I mean, intelligence is relative. It's
I mean-
relative to what you need.
Yes, it's relative, and relatively, there are many people in the world who are smarter than you. But I digress. This conversation has gone very far off the rails. But anyways, what I had to say is, apparently Marta said that she isn't evil, and we have no way to know that whether she's telling the truth, because y'all are very trusting. And I find that very strange that you just instantly trust strangers no matter what they say or do.
To be very fair, Marda, no offense, is a tiny, tiny being. And I would imagine Marta is walking fairly close, and Teera would kind of bump Marta with her hip and just be like, if she got any funny ideas, I think we could take care of her, eh?
I would not count on that.
see Marta just have just smiles, just like a very
Tira's being jovial about it. She's not being an asshole.
yeah. No, yeah. I think Marta picks up on that and is just you know what they say about halflings. We are quite the ankle biters.
When Vorn gets a couple of steps with Teera, he goes, we never walk around talking about how we're the strongest people in the group.
No, we don't.
Don't need to overcompensate, right? Don't need to state the
Exactly.
obvious.
Don't need to brag about it if it's true.
It's true. People know without you having to say it every 10 minutes that you're the strongest person in the group.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, you are what you are. You don't, show don't tell, right?
I mean, if it comes up, why beat around the bush? Get it?
And
Beat around
Did-
the bush.
Beat around the bush. Did you just use a
Idiom?
idiom?
Yes, I did. I used an idiom.
Think
To
you learned
beat
that from
proud
around
of
us?
you.
the bush.
Good job, Dan.
When we get back topside, that calls for a drink, I believe.
I
After we take
had
care of the
enough
hags, of
drinks for quite some time, I think.
course. And as we're getting nearer and nearer to the ropes, Teera is getting more and more anxious about the heights.
Vorn comes up to Teera and he goes, "Hey,
Hmm.
it's gonna be fine." And he flips to his journal real quick and he tears out a sheet of paper and he hands it to her. And it's kind of like folded in horrible, middle school folding where they folded envelopes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And if she opens it, she can decide she opens it or not.
I would definitely love to open it.
Yeah. It just says Vorn Heart Teera.
Oh my god. Adorable. Adorable. Yes. And Teera would kind of refold it very carefully back to exactly the way it was and then tuck it somewhere.
Yeah. And now go ahead and climb up. You got it. I'll be right behind you. I mean, just don't fall, because
Oh my god. Sure, I'll try not to. I imagine we start making our way up and out.
barbarians and Vikings first.
Oh my god.
So, I'm not going to make you all do climbing checks to get out of here. Helping everybody out, and with the assistance of the ropes and everything, you're able to climb up. Teera, you're going first then.
Yeah.
Make a perception or investigation check. When you get to the top.
Oh, 23. So perceptive, yeah.
So as you get up to the top and you prepare to
damn.
let the others come up, you notice, looking around, just taking an assessment, it's basically, so you waited a full day. You had already been in there a little bit. You waited a full day, and then you waited an extra hour. So it's getting to be the sun is set.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dark enough in this part of the forest where the Temple of the Restful Lily is that it seems just a little bit darker. And you're looking down from your vantage point atop the temple. You're looking at the backside of the full temple, which was about 100 feet across. And to the east, which would be sort of to your left as you're looking at the temple, you see the tower that rises up about 40 or 50 feet. The temple is dark. The Temple of the Restful Lily. There doesn't seem to be any lights coming from within. And looking around, in fact, the only lights you see are coming through a handful of windows near the top of the tower.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay. Teera would kind of like look at this and sort of just like realize that it's weird and kind of be like lean over her shoulder back down towards the others and be like, I think you guys should hurry up. You know, put a little pep in your step. And doesn't say anything more.
So everybody's able to make it up.
Teera would point this out as they do.
And just as a reminder, where the hole is in this roof, where you had, I believe somebody had knocked a couple pythons in and tied off some ropes there. The top is about maybe 5 feet or so in diameter, 10 feet, I don't remember. But then the roof slopes in all directions down, and there was like a ledge around there. So you're all sort of leaning on the edges of the roof, and there's the ladder that leads down. And you can now all clearly see what has been pointed out. Marta, I would say that it was probably to that point where the sun hadn't quite dipped below the tree line yet when you came in. So at that point, you probably wouldn't have noticed the lack of lights coming from within the temple, but it definitely seems peculiar that there is no light coming from within. What do you do?
Teera would just shake her head and be like, well, that's not good.
No,
I
not
think-
good at all.
I think,
Were we supposed to
little
go
ones-
there?
yeah. Little one is under contract with those, whatever the hell they are. And it looks like maybe his time just got slightly shorter.
Huh. Well, we gotta help little one, right?
Of course.
I mean, what do we... So, Marta, Doc was saying about trusting people and all. You willing to go help us save our pal?
Yes, I believe that will be beneficial for both of us. Save your friends. I think we'll also kill or get rid of whatever evil is here as well.
And you know, I mean, call me a sucker, but those golden butterflies just made you instantly more trustworthy. You know, most I don't know, thing for butterflies. Anyway,
Sucker.
thanks, Doc. Mizya, you in agreement?
Vaughn, you said call you a sucker, and he just did. That's...
Yeah, as always. Me and Doc, you know, we have an understanding.
Yep.
Fine. Whatever.
Well,
Is
I would. Sorry,
there
go
a
ahead.
tower that we can see
Yeah.
attached to the... There is?
There is.
The tower is the only thing that's lit right now. That's what we're all looking at.
I'm just trying to remember if the tower... Oh, yeah, hold on. So let me see if I can do this.
Teera would, meanwhile, actually lean to Mizya and be like, well, what do you think? Do you think we should go at him now, at night? Or do you think we should wait? What's smarter?
So here's your perspective looking over at the map screen. And
Mhm.
Vorn, I don't know why you're blacked out. Hold on one moment.
Wow. Getting
Um,
censored.
Also, I didn't fix the map on this one. I didn't fix the overlay on this one. So
Oh,
you're
no.
showing his Togo
Doc?
still.
Doc is dead!
Oh yeah, I don't know why that is. I told you things got screwed up on my
It's okay. Freaking OBS.
but also
And
the
Togo
overlay.
is
I just
not
wanted to
Togo.
show you the relevance of the tower.
Okay.
The tower is let me find it here. So the tower is literally like 40-50 feet to your left as you're looking at the temple.
Gotcha.
You asking me for strategic advice?
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Well, that's not really my forte. You're the fighter. I'm
Yeah,
the bookworm.
I know, but you're really good at thinking, Mizya. Don't tell Doc I said that.
Well, I I've read a few things. I've never really applied that knowledge, but it does seem like at night, when perhaps some or most or all are sleeping, would be an appropriate time to go at them, as you say.
Marda, do you know, you say you've been, you want to take down this evil.
Just
Do you
kinda
know
same
anything
thing.
about, do you know anything about them? Whether it's best to attack at night or during the day, anything?
I do not think that it really matters. And Marta is going to cast light. Is going to not cast light, but light.
Oh,
up,
God! We're exposed!
not
Sorry.
cast light, but is going to use prestidigitation to just light up her staff just a little bit, just like a little bit of a glow. And I do
A
not
book
think
light.
that light will. I do not think that light will be an issue. I think that if need be, we can create light. But I have to say, I do not know what we are going after. I just know that they are disappearing.
So, Marta, okay. Obviously, me, Teera, we're frontline and rear. We're the muscle. Doc is the brains. Mizya is the.
Also and
Mizya.
equally the brains. And I nod at Mizya.
What are you good at? What's your thing?
Is it not obvious? You see Marta just kind of stand back, hands on her hips. Obviously, I'm the front line, just like you. She smiles.
Okay.
Teera smiles too. Marta is adorable.
Okay.
Oh God.
Alright.
No, I joke. I just happen to be one of those what do you say, clerics that you so highly regarded, which I am flattered.
So, in other words, the middle.
The middle, yes.
If we were playing Capture the Flag, you're the flag. Keep Marta safe at all costs, yeah?
How tall is the tower?
Looks to be about 50 feet tall.
Are there windows?
There are. It's the only light you see. Seems
Are
to
there-
be
are there
coming from
windows
the
all
upper
the way up?
windows. I will tell you in just a moment. Un momento, por favor.
And can anyone on our
Yes.
team? Is anyone able on our team able to do like a anything we can detect body presences, guards, people in the front, people on the side of it?
What?
Question. Can you detect people? Like through walls?
With my eyes, yes.
He's the smartest man in the world. Did you hear that, Vaughn? He can detect
Yeah.
people with his eyes.
Right.
It's
like everyone else.
magic is not this. There are rules.
There are different types of magics, to my understanding, and some magics can detect spells and presences and traps and.
I have a quick question. How far is normal dark vision?
Ooh, good question.
Normal dark vision is 60 feet of 60 feet that you can see as sort of like black and white.
Okay, cool. So you see Marta take her staff and bang it once against the ground, and immediately, again, you see these golden butterflies begin to emerge from the ground, and they kind of flutter over to each one of you, and they almost like flutter in front of your face a little bit. And as maybe some of you try and like force them away, you can suddenly see that you can see a lot better and a lot farther, as I have given each of you dark vision to a range of 300 feet.
That's amazing.
Damn. That's awesome. That's a football field. Hooray.
All right.
But-
Well,
Well,
why don't you
I'm
and I
ready.
go? You want to go scout it, Teera, and see if there's people around, and
I think that's a good idea.
maybe one of us scouts it, and the other one reports back with a.
To be clear, for everybody that has dark vision, you can see as if it were dim light. So it's not like suddenly it looks like daylight to you. Everything is now in shades of black and white and grays, and you can see slightly better.
Awesome. Yeah, Vaughn, I think we should go. I think you and I should both go.
Okay.
That
We're-
way if
You know what
something
we
happens
could
to one
do?
of us. What, Doc?
What's the duck?
We could use this potion of flying, and then Vorn could bring 2 or 3 of us up to the window.
That's a good idea too.
That's a great idea. Then we wouldn't have to care whether or not there's guards. Maybe we should just go take them by surprise. God forbid. Vaughn, no offense, but neither you or I are very sneaky.
But yeah, I agree. How strong are you though?
How strong am I? Strong enough? Why do you ask?
I'm just wondering who should take the potion of flying to carry people up.
If I had to put a number on it, I would say I am 18 strong. How
Ha.
strong are you?
If I had to put a number on it, I would say I'm 22 strong. I mean,
Well, damn,
18 plus
Mr.
4.
Man. I guess it should be you then. And Teera kind of crosses her arms.
It's funny because like you have more bulk than I do. Anyway, yeah, Doc, can I get
Protein.
the Let me grab that potion. Who wants
And
to fly
Doc-
up with me?
Doc will hand Vorn a green potion that is bubbling,
Oh, God.
and
It's Mountain Dew.
it it smells like citrus.
These smells like it reminds me of the strange blood oranges that grew alongside of a mountain. They'd always have a duo in the trees. All right, so I think I will take Doc for sure. Mizya,
think-
Marta, who wants to come up first?
Marta's
can
good.
stay.
Marta can fly.
Marta can fly.
Nice.
Oh,
Then I suppose I will go next.
And I can stay down and watch your back. You can get me on the second trip.
I like to imagine that Marta just said to the group, Marta can fly.
Marta
Marta can
literally-
fly.
in
No.
the dim light, because I'm just reading. This is such a cool. I love. Oh my goodness, this cleric is so cool.
Why do I play her all the time?
can we just forget Togo and just go with Marta?
Whatever.
Overthinking?
Togo's dead.
Is it
Who's
ornament?
Togo? What? Marta just takes steps and immediately just begins walking up
Wow.
as she
Amazing.
uses her steps of night.
Ooh.
So Vorn kind of squats down. And he's like, "Okay, who wants a back ride?"
Mizya, you gotta get the back ride, bro.
Mizzy or Doc, doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm not going to be flying, no.
Mizya,
Oh,
you
come
have
on.
to. We need you up there. Mizya, please, it's important.
Fine.
Hey, but most of me, how about this? Mizzy, do you feel more comfortable with me holding you in the front or in the back? On the back, on one back. Doesn't matter. Come here. And then
He'll carry you
you-
like a baby, Mizya. Doc, you hop on his back.
Great.
And I'm already starting to levitate from the potion. You guys might want to hurry up. Mizya?
Doc will climb on top of Vorn, who's like a baby compared to him.
Yeah.
And, his giant arms are like draped over Vorn's chest.
Amazing.
I'm going to spider climb on up the front of Vorn,
Oh my
and then
god.
just kind of
Like a
perch.
marsupial.
Yeah, it to Vorn it feels the way like a cat when a cat climbs on you in the front.
Yes.
You're like, oh yeah, okay.
Wait, are you actually spider climbing?
What's that?
Up onto him like a baby
Up onto
possum.
Vorn,
Okay.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah, and Vorn feels the little spidery, prongs clamp on his chest, and
Mizya doesn't have fingers, they have prongs.
and just kind of like does it. It's good. It's all good. All right, you feel good, and it feels the way if you ever held a cat when a cat is scared and you're trying to bring it
Oh,
up the
God.
stairs, flight of stairs, or down a flight of stairs. That's how
Yeah.
it feels as Mizya, at least to Vorn, as he glides up to one of the tower windows.
Teera's got her sword out and she's watching the perimeter at the bottom.
Okay. So I need to fully understand where everybody is.
Good question.
I was kind of getting lost in individual descriptions, and I realized I don't really know who's doing what. So I know Marta is using Steps of the Night to basically walk up through the air. Vorn took a potion of flying and has Mizya holding on by their prongs.
In the front. In the front, and Doc's in his back.
And Doc is on your back.
Yeah.
I have a question about that. Because Mizya weighs probably
25 pounds.
very little. How much does Doc weigh?
350 pounds.
Vorn, what's your strength?
18 plus 4, so 22. No, it's 18 now.
It's 18. 18 is your strength score.
Yeah, yeah.
I forget what carry capacity is.
It's times 15, I think.
Oh, yeah. Because your push-pull drag is times 30. So 18.
If we were doing anything untoward, Gary would call us on it. I guarantee it.
It's not untoward, but you're not going to be able to fly with Doc on your back.
Would it help if... Okay.
Your carrying capacity is 270 pounds.
Mm.
Okay. What about...
I weigh
Go ahead.
I weigh about 200. So could he get me and Mizya?
I don't know how much does Mizya weigh. I feel like Mizya probably weighs about between 70 and 90 pounds as a...
Honestly,
yeah.
like
Let's hold on a second here.
Teera has been dieting. I feel like I should share with you. So she's on a carb plan.
That sounds like the opposite of dieting.
So
You've been eating
what-
all the carbs?
Where
You're drinking a
exactly-
lot of beer.
I'm limiting my carbs. Thank you very much.
We're trying to go exactly where from, like, just up the wall? Is that...
You're trying to
there's-
get... It sounds like you're trying to get to the top of the tower, which is the only
Yeah.
source of light you can see.
How tall is the tower, by the way?
50 feet.
So can Mizya climb the tower?
Like a spider.
If Mizya wanted to, that is. I mean...
I look around at this group that has spent way too much time trying to figure this out, and I'm gonna drop a tensor's floating disc on the ground
Jesus.
next to us. Perhaps we could just do it the easy way.
Yeah, perhaps we could. Thank you, Mizya.
So, Tensors, I believe, has a weight limit of 500 pounds.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, we've
Doc and
got
I stand together.
2 people flying. Mizya and 1 other person can get on the Tensors.
How about
That's-
me and Mizya, and then Vorn can carry just Doc?
Doc weighs more than Vorn's
500
carry
pounds?
capacity. No, Vorn can only carry 270 pounds.
Oh my god, this is like a fucking math problem. How
No,
about Doc and Mizya?
I would not be
on the
on
disc?
the disc. I'm not on it because it follows me.
Okay.
So I would fly with Vorn, and then we can
Alright.
put 500
This
pounds
is-
of other people on the disc.
How about,
and
okay,
it will follow
Doc
me,
goes
so.
up on the disc. Mizya goes with Vorn. I stay back. Vorn, you can make 2 trips. On your mark, get set, go.
Or yeah, that's fine. Whatever. That's fine.
Let's frickin' do it.
Okay, so
Let's get it on.
Vorn and Mizya are flying.
Mhm,
Marta is flying.
mhm. And then
Who was on the
once again-
disc going up?
I don't
Doc.
think the disc can go up like that. Like an elevator. Doc will just cast levitate on himself.
You guys, oh my god. I
That
go up.
works.
Is there ivy on this tower that I could climb?
Can you just use stairs?
Are there stairs on the outside?
Literally,
Taken
at
from-
no point has any of you asked about the door to this tower.
we don't want to go in. There might be guards in there.
So either way, Vorn can carry Teera, Doc can carry Mizya, and we are good to go. The only peril is that your flight speed is only 10 feet, Ricky.
That's fine.
So it's going to take you some time to get up there.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Me
it'll
and
take you a minute to fly up as Marta's just like somebody walking up an escalator,
Amazing.
basically. And to Gary's point, Tensor's floating disc only floats 3 feet above the ground. It doesn't actually fly into the air with you. So
Teera jumps into Vorn's arms like officer and a gentleman,
Hmm.
and it's time.
okay,
And Teera, Vorn says to Teera, try not to kiss me on the way up.
I'll do my best.
Just as everybody's getting ready, Doc is going to look at his new shiny ring, and it's going to go boop, and he is going to recover his expended spell slot.
Wow, nice.
and as you do this, and Marta, you begin ascending upward at a much rapid pace. Below you can't help but notice the constant shifting of positions and a little bit of disagreement on who's going to go where as this well-oiled machine makes their plans. Marta, you glance back upward to where you're halfway up towards the tower. You can now see that the windows in this tower where the lights are coming from at the top, they appear to be some sort of stained glass windows. You can see colored light coming through them. And it is the combination of your dark vision and the light spilling from these windows that you see 4 shapes up near the top of the tower that look almost like buttresses holding the roof up, suddenly shift position and take flight, moving towards all of you. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Freaking gargoyles, bro. We're screwed. Oh my god.
So, I don't know if anybody noticed, I was rolling while you were having that conversation.
Wow.
And I was rolling openly on D&D Beyond because you were all just having a conversation out in the night in the open. So,
Damn.
we're going to go ahead and we're going to take about a 10-minute break.
Wow.
And we'll see what happens when we get back. See you on the other side. All right. As these four shapes have peeled off from the top of the tower, I need you all to roll for initiative.
Oh.
Let me,
boy.
before you start rolling, if you're rolling in Beyond, let me open up the encounter and start it, because then your initiative rolls will show up automatically.
I refuse. My initiative is an 18.
Okay. I said if you're
I don't wanna
rolling in
roll
there.
again.
Oh.
So go ahead and roll your initiatives.
Ooh.
We got Mizya, got Vorn. I got Marta, I just need Doc.
12.
All right. So, Marta, you were the first one to see this as these figures break off from the top, and you see the two that are sort of one kind of in front of you and one partially aside. You see them peel off and start moving towards you and Vorn slightly below, and then you see two more kind of flying in from around the other side of the tower. And between, now that everybody has dark vision, you can see in this sort of dim light that these are in fact gargoyles, though they don't have the sort of traditional almost demonic look about them. These look like elven statues with wings. They look like statues of elven men and women with wings that are flying at you. And Marta, you're up first.
You're muted, Em.
Oh my goodness. Marta is going to How high up are they?
So they were
Off
at
the
the
ground?
top. So basically, they're 50 feet up. But you were half that distance, so I'd say, because you had already started moving and you all left from the roof of the temple, so you were already up 15 feet. So I'd say they're 20, 25 feet away from you.
So I have a question. It's a moonbeam. So it's a silvery beam of pale light that shines down in a radius 40-foot high cylinder.
Yep.
Does that come up from the ground?
It shoots
But it
down
shines
towards
down?
the ground. Once it
a
basically stops
spotlight.
moving once it hits the ground, and it's only 40 feet high.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, first things first then. Marta, again, is going to move her staff in this circular motion around her. And she is going to cast her channel divinity, which is Twilight Sanctuary. So in a 30-foot radius around her, it begins to fill with dim light. As you see, as she is moving her staff, the bottom of it, these little fireflies seem to come out and form points of this sphere, and it's filled with dim light, and anyone within it who ends its turn there gets 1d6 plus 6 temporary hit points, and you end charmed or frightened. So she is going to cast that around her at a radius, and then you see again these lights coming from the tip of the staff, and they seem to form this constellation, and as they do so, they begin to sweep towards the one of these creatures, the closest one, as she's going to cast a spiritual weapon.
Nice. Damn.
Which I got an 8.
What does your spiritual weapon look like? Did you say?
It looks like a constellation.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said the constellation.
Freaking cool.
And it ineffectively shines a starlight on the gargoyle. An 8 won't hit it, but is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
For just a moment, as this constellation appears, the gargoyle gives pause, and then it flies towards you. and it is going to. I don't think they have. No, they don't have flyby. So it is going to engage with you, and the first thing it's going to do is it just comes at you with its teeth. 21 to hit.
Ooh. Yeah, that hits. Ooh, I get my temporary.
It takes 6 points, or does 6 points of piercing damage to you. Even as it's ripping its teeth away, and you see this the elven features of this gargoyle. As it opens its mouth, it almost opens it impossibly wide in rows of sharp stone teeth that rip into you. And then you see it raise a hand and just almost casually, like it's just going to graze past you. It tries to rake you with its claws. And that is going to be a 19 to hit.
Damn. Yep. Damn.
So you'll take another roll. Dice box interfering. Okay. You're going to take 4 more points, this time of slashing damage. The second gargoyle. So, Doc, you're levitating, correct?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm not really. I didn't go anywhere.
Right. And Vorn is carrying Mizya and Teera.
Vorn's just carrying Teera. Mizya is doing their own thing. I thought you were like levitating or something.
Nope.
No. Okay.
That was
never mind
Doc.
then. Carrying both of us.
So, the second one is going to fly down towards 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is interesting. So, because the three of you, Vorn, Mizya, and Teera, are a weird jumble of bodies, I'm going to roll randomly to see when it attacks. I'm going to roll a d6 to see which one of you it hits. So as it comes in to bite, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Mizya, does a 23 hit? I believe it does. Mizya, this statue comes in and bites you for 8 points of piercing. And then the gargoyle slashes in at you, but all of you just feel the rush of air as the claws rake past you. 9 is going to miss everybody. That is the first 2 gargoyles. Teera!
Okay.
So this one is engaged with your little flying trio.
Okay. Now, how far did we get off the ground before these things attacked?
I would say at least, because the fly speed's so slow, I'd say at least 10 feet. So
okay.
You're technically 35 feet in the air, though, because you left the roof of the temple.
Correct. Okay. So, Teera, can I shoot my bow from being in Vorn's arms?
I will let you do it, but it
sideways?
will be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because it is a very awkward position to be firing a bow from.
Yeah, sure is. Sure is. Can I attack recklessly to make it not that way?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You also have 16 domain tomes at your disposal.
Yeah, I'm not going to use them. We're saving them up for a little bit, everyone. Okay, here we go.
Cari apparently now controls how the carries are spent.
No. Anybody can do what they want, but like...
Can we just call them carries from now on?
Okay, yeah, we kind of have chosen that. When I say that, Dwight has chosen that. Okay, I'm going to shoot. Here we go. That's a 23 to hit.
The 23 hits.
Nice. Okay, that is going to be 7 points of damage.
Your arrow hits and you see chips of stone fly off. And your arrow breaks as it hits. It does not do as much damage as you had hoped.
No, that's fair. I guess I'll do the same thing again. That is, that's only a 11 to hit.
This one just goes flying wide.
And I have a question. Do I end my turn in Marta's thing? I know this is sort of theater
Yes.
of the mind, but
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add
All
on
three of
my-
you will, because of where you are, will be in that.
Awesome. So I got
One-
9 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Nice. All right, cool.
That's
I'm done.
that's when the second 2 gargoyles enter the fray.
I would like to rage before I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, bonus action rage.
Yep.
As the second pair of gargoyles come in, another one's coming at you, Marta, since you're the closest target. This is going to be a 14 to hit.
Nope.
So you just see as it swoops in close to you, its wings sort of flare, and you hear its stone teeth snap closed in front of you, and it takes its claws and tries to just jam them into your abdomen for its second attack. And that is going to be an 8, as you feel the pressure as it comes in, and they just hit a place where your leather armor overlaps with itself, and they're unable to puncture that. The second one is going to come flying in. That is a 1, 2. Okay, so the second one is going to gang up on the flying trio.
I have a question. Are we 100% sure Mizya wasn't with Doc? I thought Doc was.
No,
maybe
Mizya
carrying
100% climbed on Vorn.
Kind of, yep.
Mizya. Okay. Just double checking.
So yeah, the second one's coming in for your group. I am going to make a bite attack and randomly roll. That's Teera. This one is trying to get you for an 18. So as this one flies in and bites, you get 8 points reduced to 4 because you're raging.
Yep.
And then it slashes at your little party. Also going for you, Teera. That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that's going to be another 4 points of slashing damage already reduced.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You recklessly attacked. Both of those would have been at advantage, so I need to see if those would have been crits. Nope, that's not a crit. And that is also not a crit.
I knew you were gonna pull some sneaky. You're never gonna believe this bullshit.
Well,
knew
actually,
it.
I'm rolling in D&D Beyond, and you should all be able to see what roll numbers I
don't
roll.
like to look. I like it to be a surprise.
So yeah, so basically there's 2 around your group, and Mizya, you are up. You have 2 of these gargoyles flying around your little flight group.
Yeah, one, I think your rolls are hidden in D&D Beyond because they're not showing up. So
Invisible.
Thanks, Dwight.
So yeah, so there's 2 that are right close. Are how?
Yeah, they're right up.
So,
They're engaged with your group.
Yep, I'm going to reach out at. Has any of them? Which one are they both taking damage or just the one of them?
Only one. And
Okay.
Yeah.
The one that has taken damage, I am going to reach out at that one, and I kind of manifest my quill, and I point at it, and you see this kind of this purple ephemeral whip kind of lash out. It needs to make a DC 14 intelligence save.
Ooh.
Gargoyle, not very smart.
It is a natural 1
Oh,
for a
suck
total
it.
of -1.
Suck
Okay.
it.
So that is 15 points of psychic damage, as it is struck by Tasha's mind whip.
Nice.
And it can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn. And on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. Only gets one of the 3. And that's my turn.
And you said it can't do what? It can't take a reaction?
It cannot take a reaction until the end of its next turn.
Nice.
Okay.
Just double check. And then, no, I do not have the ability to do anything else. Yep, okay.
Somebody roll me a d20 real quick.
I will. 13. Lucky 13.
So that would be, yep, that's where exactly what I thought. What level is the fly spell? Does anybody have that up?
Not.
What level is the fly spell? It should be third.
Just checking. Yep, it is third level. Born.
Yes.
You feel a sinking in the pit of your stomach. Immediately followed by Teera and Mizya feeling the same feeling.
Oh no.
As the fly effect has been dispelled on you and you begin to fall,
Oh.
you are all three going to fall 35 feet.
Nice.
We're
Um,
fucking dead. We're fucking dead. Ricky is just unflappable. He's always like
Right?
perfect, just as I planned.
So that means you are going to take.
Hold on, wait. I have a
Oh.
question first before you dish out the death. I almost promised if you watch the VOD, I think the arrangement's different, but is Mizya in front or in back?
Mizzy is on your back.
Mizya is on his front.
Risk it.
On his front.
Okay. All right. And Teera's on my back, correct?
If Mizzy is on your front, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that's the way it
Yep.
goes.
I kind of pictured Teera sort of on your back, and as you're shooting your bow, holding on like you're riding a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Like a
And-
mighty Pegasus.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I hate to be a stickler, but I really think it was just me and Teera going up.
It wasn't. It
It
was
was not.
always Mizya from the beginning. That never changed. Mizya climbed on you. Remember, you said you felt their prongs.
Mizya was
Yeah,
going
and
to
then
do
we
Tensor's
changed right
floating
before
disc,
break.
but
We
then
can check
couldn't,
it.
So
I
think
guarantee
Ricky's
you,
right.
Mizya, Dwight specified when he cast Tensor's floating disc that he
Right.
was not leaving Vorn. He was staying with Vorn.
Okay, maybe I didn't hear that part. No, I'll grant that. That's fine. All right. So let's think. If the spell is dispelled and now I am falling. Okay. Well, this is obvious decision. We have like what, 3 seconds of a fall?
No. You fall in one round, you fall over 500 feet. This is instantaneous. We did the math once. It's 550 feet in a round.
Physics.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So you are all going, unless somebody has a reaction to cast Featherfall, you got lucky, and you are all only going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 35 feet.
Push.
Teera, you take only 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my God.
But you are all now in a tangled mess on the ground. As something has dispelled the magic upon you. And Doc, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, one of them is injured, right?
Yes.
All right.
Get that
Doc is going to Doc is going to reach into his bag, and he is going to drink a potion. And when he does, 2 large horns grow out of his forehead. They're about 3 feet long, and that's my turn.
Wow. What?
Okay.
Okay.
Vorn.
Doc, man of mystery.
All right. So we all like smash into the ground, right?
Ugh.
Yep, so you are all prone, so that means it will take half of your movement speed to stand up.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna stand up immediately, and I'm gonna reach out both mighty forearms to both Mizya and Teera to like help them both up on their feet for my turn.
Okay? That will Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
I think I momentarily got disconnected.
Oh God.
Yeah, I did not like that.
I do not like it, Sam. I am.
Okay, that was weird. Anyway, so if you were going to spend your turn to help them to their feet, then Mizya and Teera, you do not need to spend your half your movement to stand up.
Nice.
Hey,
Thank
one turn
you.
for two was always a better deal, and I say, let's get ready to fight in a deep, grovelly, strong voice.
Marta.
As I
Go ahead,
summon
Mark.
my shadow, as I shadow, jeez, I can't talk. As I summon my shadow katana as
Nice.
a gas around me.
Nice.
Marta, some 40 feet or so in the air, you are engaged with two gargoyles that are harrying you.
It's a dog fight.
Yeah, and if you were to look at Marta, she looks unscathed despite having two of these gargoyles on her, hitting and biting and slashing. She doesn't even have a scratch on her. And she just calmly has been like moving slowly back and forth against some of their attacks. She is going to tap one on the head, like a bonk on with her staff, and immediately this golden dust falls down as she is going to try and cast sleep on one of the gargoyles.
Nice.
Okay.
I have to think. Casting it third, so that's going to be 7. No, 98. I think that's right.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
I think that's 9. Yeah, because sleep is a first level spell. So she's casting it at third, so that's 98.
That's a lot of luck bones. Damn.
So that's going to be 35 points.
I'm not kidding. The one that has taken damage had 34 hit points.
Yes! Yes!
So
Nice.
I will let you tell us what it looks like as this gargoyle. What does it look like when a gargoyle goes to sleep?
So Marta, she one hand behind her back, she takes the staff and just hits it. That is enough out of you, she says, as these like glowing dust sand as comes down over the eyes of this gargoyle. And the gargoyle, you said it was like an elven figure?
Yep.
You can see almost, even though they're made of stone, you can see the rigidity in the form almost slump, like kind of comically, even though they're made of stone. And you can even hear maybe the sound of the stone on stone creaking as the elf slumps down. And I assume falls?
And then
That's
you
what I was
watch
thinking.
as it just hovers there for a moment and then and about 5 feet away from where Vorn, Teera, and Mizya are,
God.
a stone gargoyle crashes to the ground, taking 15 points of bludgeoning
It's
damage.
dead.
It is prone, and it is beginning to stir because
Oh my
taking
God.
damage wakes it up.
Okay.
So that's And is that the end of your turn, Marta?
No, I have a bonus action. She's going to so she had sent out that constellation, and now a glint of light comes back as it comes careening back towards the other one that's on her. She's going to try and hit it again. 15 to hit.
15 is exactly what you need to hit.
Wow, awesome. Just going to do 7 points of force damage.
Okay.
And
As the constellation lashes out, everywhere one of these points of light touches, you see the stone just like gouges carved into the stone
Nice.
of this gargoyle.
Nice.
and that's my turn.
It is now the gargoyles' turns. So one of them is now on the ground next to your group, and it is going to rise to its feet, and you see as it stands up, chunks of stone are being left behind where it fell to the ground. And even as it stands up, you see stone flaking off of it as it looks at the three of you, and it is going to make it's going to lunge almost jerkily with this sort of stuttering motion, lunges forward, and trailing stone dust behind it, it slashes out at you. It's going to be a 21 to hit. Teera.
Yeah, that hits.
So Teera, you are going to take 4 points reduced to 2 of slashing
Nice.
damage. And I believe, does your... On his turn, let me choose whether it gets an action, a bonus action. Oh, wait, no. Take that back. You get those 2 points back.
Yay!
Because it moved to stand to its feet.
Haha!
Because that was the one under Tasha's mind whip.
Nice.
So it can't attack you. The one that's still in the air is still going to continue to go after you, Marta. So that's going to be a 14, and I can't see what that die landed on. A 16.
16 hits.
So again, slashing and gnashing at you. The teeth are missing. This time the claws dig in, finding a soft spot under your armor. As you do battle up in the air, you take 8 points of slashing damage from these claws. So that was that one. That one's on the ground. The other two that were left in the air, flying around, they are going to... Let's see who they go for. One is going for Doc, and one is going for Vorn. So their one's coming down to the ground. So Doc, stone elven statue, all gnashing teeth and slashing claws. That first attack with its teeth, it just comes in, it lands, not lands, but stops towards you. Again, trying to bite, and its teeth crack. You hear the stone crack. And then you realize that was a distraction as it digs its claws at your chest, slashing for a critical hit.
Oh!
That is going to be an automatic 8 points of damage, plus 5. So that's 13 points of slashing damage as it swipes at your chest, And then Vorn, the one that comes down to the ground next to the one that's sort of breaking apart. This other one lands right in front of you as you formed your shadow katana, the Hand of the Queen. And it,
Nice.
as it's landing, it's bringing its claws down, attempting to slash at you. Its claws ripping through the air. That is a 14 to hit. And as it slashes, I believe 14 is your AC, if I'm not mistaken. You're muted. So as it slashes across, finding the spots in between your armor, it hooks in with those claws, pulls you forward, and bites into your shoulder for 17 to hit. So you are going to take a total of 4 points of slashing and 4 points of piercing.
Oh, spectacular. Okay. 8 points total.
Yes. Teera, it is your turn. Both of these gargoyles are just a few feet away from you.
Well, that's fortunate, because what I'm going to do is I am going to attack the one that just got Vorn. I am going to do so recklessly. And here I go. That is going to be an 18 to hit him.
It is a hit.
Nice. Alrighty, so that is going to be 8 plus 4 is 12 points of normal damage, plus an additional 3 of cold damage.
How much was the normal?
Okay, it was 12 points of normal damage and an additional 3 points of cold damage.
And that's the one that attacked Vorn.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to attack that one again. That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
That'll do her. That is 8. Another 12 points of normal damage, plus an additional 4 points of cold on him.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to do one more for a frenzy attack.
Sure.
And that is a nat F and 20, guys. Let's go.
Nice.
All right.
Let's go.
Automatic max damage.
Yep.
So that's
Oh,
going to be, so that's 12. So that's 16 normal plus the 6 cold. So that's 22. And now I make my actual rolls.
and now you make the rolls.
Yes. 22 plus 9 is 31. Plus 4 is 35. Plus an additional 3 of cold damage. So 8, 30.
What was the
38.
plus 4?
The
Your
plus
rage
4 is my
bonus?
strength. No, it's just my strength.
You don't add your strength bonus again. That's part of your max damage. Or did you not add it with the max damage?
No, I added it before.
So when you crit, you get your max damage, which is all your damage dice plus your modifiers.
Correct.
Then you just roll.
and then
on
you
top
don't
of
get
that.
the mod a second
No,
time.
you don't get the mod a second time.
Okay.
Still, it
apologies.
doesn't matter.
Still.
3
Nice.
slashes, and Teera Stoneslayer has now destroyed her 4th statue.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it
As
falls to the ground and shatters like ice, like so many ice cubes.
yeah, I mean it's absolutely it's stone turned to crystallized ice from your magical weapon attacks.
Nice.
Nice. And let's see, Mizya, you are up next.
So how many are left now, and where are they exactly?
There's one standing. The one that was affected by your mind whip is just a few feet away. The other 2 are in the air, about 40 feet up, engaged with Marta, who is by herself.
Okay, then I'm going to reach out towards the one that is standing near us, and it needs to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Gargoyles are great at that. 7.
Okay, and it has taken damage before. So you just, I reach out with my quill, and you just hear this loud bong as this energy radiates out from me as I cast Toll the Dead.
Ooh, nice.
And it's going to take D12 damage. Some love for the D12 here.
D12. Never get any action from the D12.
Yeah, that's a 3. Good job, D12.
There you
That's
go.
why they never get any action.
What would have happened if I'd rolled the 2D8? I would have rolled a 12. So, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I did. I rolled a 12 when I rolled 2D8. So, yeah. Which is what the normal damage is. But that's okay. We'll take the 3 damage.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah,
I got to roll one more D12.
I was gonna say that you should be rolling double dice. It's
7.
cantrip leveled
So
up.
Total of 7
Okay.
damage. So, yeah.
So yeah, you see more stone chipping away as this sonorous bell rings through the air. How long does your mind whip last? Till the end of your turn?
It's at end of its next turn. So I think
Until
it's
the end of its. So it already would have
Correct.
ended
Uh-huh.
when it could. Okay, just making sure
Yeah.
I got the order of operations correct. That's 30 feet.
How far away is it from me?
Like 5 feet.
Okay. And I'm gonna run to the other side of Born then. So put Born between me and it.
Not a bad plan.
Okay. So just gotta check something. It's 8. Okay. I need Mizya to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna re-roll that. Even worse. It's a 7.
Okay. Mizya, as you cast your spell against this gargoyle, and you hear that bell ring out, and you see more cracks appear, you watch as it almost appears to grow larger in front of your eyes, getting taller and taller and taller, as do Vorn and Teera.
Oh god.
But your perspective changes too, as you have just been polymorphed into a weasel.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Mizya? Oh, I did my best.
Oh my gosh, you can almost hear that one stretching.
Yeah. I did very
Doc.
good.
Okay. How many are left? Sorry.
1 on the ground, and 2 are flying around Marta in the air.
Is the one on the ground still prone?
Nope, it stood up, and it is directly in front of Teera, Vorn, and a weasel.
All right. Doc is going to take one of the stars off of his robe, and he's going to flick it like a discus at the injured one of the gargoyles that is flying around Marta.
Okay.
That's 21 points of force damage.
All right. So what does that look like as you throw the star out? Is it just
It's it's like a disc, and then at the end it sort of separates into 5 twinkling stars that impact the gargoyle, and it reverberates in its own skin.
so Marta? Yeah, you actually see from somewhere behind you as additional stars besides the magical constellation you've summoned appear, separate, and pierce into this one, doing more damage. Is that your turn?
Yep, I'm done.
Vorn, you are up. There is a single gargoyle in very bad shape in front of you.
All right. Vorn is going to immediately take the sword out and raise the hand up in a high stance to bring the sword down upon this gargoyle's head.
Wow.
Here we go.
Do it. Get him.
Does a 21 hit? My computer's running really slow. Everything's really laggy.
Yes.
Okay. And is that a... Let's see. So 7 points of damage, I believe, as my computer. Does it show that on yours?
Hold on. I can't math.
I might have to restart because my computer's running really slow.
We are right near the end.
Okay.
I will say that a couple things. So you did 7 points of damage, you said?
I think so.
So you drive your katana down right through. As you hit it, you just keep driving to the ground, and you just watch as it's crumbling along into pure rubble. At the same time, Marta, up in the sky near you, you notice that where these additional stars came flying out of the sky behind you, one of them had sort of burrowed in to one of the statues. And as it bursts out the backside, you watch the stone just seems to, as it's completely animated moving around, it just goes shh, and falls away to the ground. Doc threw me some additional damage from a miscalculation, and that was what it was necessary to take that one out.
Nice.
Vorn, that was one attack of your 2 attacks. However, the other gargoyle is about 40 feet above you.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Vorn immediately, as the blade's in his hand, he kind of like does like a frisbee throw and launches it into the air. Like
Oh my god.
Swirling it up into them. And can I use my psychic force to help that out? Up to you.
One moment. It's so you are. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't throw a sword.
It's like a lightsaber, like a Jedi Knight.
And then I'm just trying to remember. I always forget how your psychic, psionic energy things work. Psionic strike. You propel your weapon with psionic force. You can immediately after you hit with 30 feet, but attack deal damage. Weapon you know what? You could use your psionic strike, which will push additional damage into it. I'm just gonna have you make an attack roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you're throwing it 40 feet in the air. So go ahead and roll that Hand of the Queen attack damage at disadvantage. And don't critically fail.
Oh my god.
I'll do my best. Okay. So my critical damage. I haven't been able to right click for a long time. Do you want me to roll dice natural for this?
Wait, what?
Whenever I right click on my critical damage, it doesn't give me the option to go with the disadvantage.
It doesn't give you for Hand of the
Yeah.
Queen?
Yeah, I don't know why. So
Yeah, I mean, you could just click it twice. However, whatever works. I know your
Okay, I'll
computer's
click it
going
twice.
slow, so you could roll regular dice if you want.
okay, all right. So the first roll was 18, and the second roll was 16. You can pick which one you want to use.
Well, you would use the lower because
Yeah.
So it's 16.
disadvantage, but 16 is enough to hit.
Yay.
So you would roll
Nice.
the 1d8 plus 6 because that you'll only get the one.
Gotcha.
You'll get the one-handed damage. You'll get the
Gotcha.
additional 1d6 for the keen edge.
So the first roll on the 1d8 got a natural 8.
Okay, you'll
6 is 14.
okay. So the 6 is 14, and then using your psionic push, or whatever it's called, I forget what that one's called. Psionic strike. That one is, I believe, it's another d8. Is that what it says? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an additional d8.
That one is a 6.
So you just did 20 points of damage.
Let's
Shit.
go.
Vorn,
My God, right through his heart.
Vorn, as you lightsaber throw this shadow blade up in the air, and it flies up past, like right near you, Marta, where you're hovering there. You just see this blade of pure shadow arc through the air and just slice into it, cuts through this statue like butter. And as it passes through, you see again in front of you, Marta, and up above you, the rest of you see this statue as its animation stops, except this time you see half of it slide away and fall in one
Nice.
direction.
Yes.
The other half falls, and then
At the very end,
Yes.
as the stones fall around Vorn, he has his hand like outreached in the back, and the blade comes back to his hand like, and he's not even
Oh.
looking. He catches it.
Oh, that's
which is
metal
a
as
thing you
hell.
can do because of the nature of the blade.
Yes.
As you do that, one of these days I will actually have all your passive perceptions. Who has a passive perception of 15 or higher?
I believe
You have a 14, Vorn. I just have
Okay.
yours open. Nobody has a passive of 15 or higher.
No.
Mine's 9.
All right, hold on one
Wow.
second. One second. Let me check
I
something.
feel like the lowest for passive perception should
Because
get a
of what's been
bonus.
happening, I'm gonna roll.
We're all
I'm gonna
hyper
roll.
alert.
I'm gonna roll one of my Mythica Midnight die. Yeah. Nope. So okay, we're gonna handle this third person instead, since nobody perceived it. As
The audience sees.
the audience sees, as the last statue falls and Vorn anime catches his blade.
Yeah.
We see the view from above as the camera sort of pans away, and we see Marta still sort of floating in the air there on the steps of the night. And as it passes by, you see this sort of distortion of as the camera seems to move through glass. And there is what the heck? There is Azursa, the redheaded elf that you had
The spar the
that
one
you
we
had sparred with, except you see that she is hunched with one muscular huge arm, but her other arm is a withered husk, and you see her eyes now are cat-like, and rust-colored hair comes down her head, across her back, and down her arms, not like cascading, like it's growing across her back and her arms. And you see sharp fangs from her mouth as she turns in a slurred hiss They've defeated the gargoyles. As she turns to her sisters, the once beautiful moon elf, thin and lithe, now appears unnaturally thin and pale, matted black hair hanging down with bones and teeth woven into it, mouth curving up, almost impossibly wide grin, and lips of blood red with boils and blisters on them, as she just in response says, "Let them come." And behind them, seated on a stool before an easel, paintbrush in her hands, is another of them, as she is painting. It's in the crude stages of its beginning, but she is painting a portrait of the group of adventurers that are coming upward. She is shriveled and worn, dark green skin covering her bones, hanging loosely, but where it touches bone, you see thick tree bark and fungus, across which, as she reaches her hand up to paint another stroke, you see insects crawling in and out of the wood, and bark and moss on her arms. And her hair is pulled back into a thick braid curling around her shoulders. And you see centipedes climbing in and out of the hair as she stares with milky white, seemingly blind eyes at this portrait and says, "It won't be long now." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh, God. I did not grant permission for my image and likeness. Somebody get my lawyer on the phone. This is bullshit. Wow.
They seem
Oh,
pleasant.
man.
Yeah, they seem like super fun. We should go hang out.
Right. So
Wow.
there, things have definitely changed while you were down dealing with the Medusa problem. Togo is still a stone statue, but you have a new halfling cleric in your midst.
A new friend.
And you are on your way to dealing with whatever that problem may be. We will see what happens next Monday night when we return for episode 61, to be titled. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for session 3 of Descent into Avernus, The Road Warriors of Hell.
That's tomorrow night?
That is tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/mini-terrain domain, and that is entitled The Rising Storm. Dawnbringers will be back on Thursday, and I'll be over on Untraditionally Arcane over on Nerdarchy on Friday. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you so much. I wanted to give a shout out. I did grant a domain dice. Fluffy cheered 200 bits earlier, but also Fluffy, I got a notification. Apparently, I've got some new crafting tools on my way through my throne gifts, so thank you for that.
Aw.
I can't wait to put them to use. So thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you to everybody who participated in the hype train, donated bits for domain tomes, and all that good stuff. If you are somebody who likes to lurk in the chat and just listen, and you don't really participate in the chat, thank you so much. We appreciate you all the same, and hope you enjoy our games. And of course, as always, a huge thank you to all of my players. I'm so lucky to get to play with this amazing group every week, and yeah, it's just awesome. So as we get out of here in just a moment, I think we're gonna go ahead and raid Tildaloo.
Yeehaw.
And I gotta remember how raids work. There we go. So thank you so much to Gary, Cari, M, Dwight, and Ricky, without whom this would just be me talking to myself for a couple of hours. With that, we're going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream, and you can say it with me if you want.
Jump the gun.